Hello, hello. It's the one and only guy Johnny and my boy.
Jay Wonders.
We out here, man, and it's a beautiful, beautiful night, man. We really we had a conversation and really just recapped on the week. And I'll tell you right now, the week was not weak. It was very strong, and the game is so strong, and you're gonna really feel where we're coming from, man, in terms of what we're gonna be bringing to you. So buckle up, put your seatbelts on, and get ready to hear some fire.
Straight fire, bro.
Because we're tapped in. That's just what we do. You know. How you been feeling, man?
Man, I've been feeling good. I know what we both bring to the game.
Yeah.
And it's really something really special that a lot of people, if they do encounter, it's unique. A lot of people that view our content, they can definitely say that they never heard people talk this way before.
Yeah.
You get me?
Exactly.
Like, we're not average people that we're talking in a manner of like, it's an everyday thing that they hear or they subscribe to. It's always like we're challenging everyone's mind, especially the gentleman's mind, on how to think about, especially the opposite sex.
Yeah. So
we do have some questions that we wrote down and we really want to touch on, just to give us like a structure, concept, or a path to really, bring our thoughts to and cultivate and just really aim at. So one of the questions or points is, what is our view on high value women?
Oh man.
So where do we go with that topic? What is a high value woman?
Okay. So when we look at a high value woman, what we want to do, and I'm speaking for myself here, but also us collectively to a degree, is, and I said to a degree, but really, this is what we're tackling, is like reframing your mind. How did you view women before, and how are you going to view women after this? So when I look at a high value woman, the common idea of a high value woman is going to be, first of all, a beautiful girl. A high value woman is going to be a beautiful girl. She might have a dope job. She might have a dope lifestyle. Right. She might deal with high level dudes that make a guy say, well, dang, she dates this guy. So that's a part of the lifestyle. She might, a lot of high value girls, quote unquote, by the way, I'm giving you the quote unquote high value girl. It's going to really be predicated off her beauty, and then after that, it's her connections, her lifestyle.
Okay,
and then outside of that, everybody has their own little things. Now, what I challenge to say is, a high value woman, number one, in my book, we can start with looks, but a high value woman is going to have character. A high value woman is going to have a personality that's engaging and that's interesting. A high value woman is going to have emotional intelligence. A high value woman is going to be someone that works on herself and that's progressive. So I'll just leave it there, but we can go deeper there. But those are some foundational pieces, really.
So the way I think of a high value woman is a woman that understands that she can use her beauty for destruction, or she can use her beauty and conserve it, and really conserve it for the man that she wants. You get me? Because if a woman really uses her beauty for destruction, that means she will use her beauty as an advantage to get what she wants.
Oh man.
To a high degree. Yeah. Where it's like almost chaotic. She will aim anywhere she wants to go because she understands that she can go there based off her beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And when we see women base their reality off that mindset, we see that they abuse the idea of her beauty based on value.
Yeah.
We know that a woman's value is based on the beauty that she carries. So she starts to use that and starts to manipulate everything around her to get what she wants. But I know women that have done that in the past and they regretted it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know that women that done that have faced the consequences of doing those acts, because now they built a reputation where everybody around them knows who they were in the past, and now they can't contain the high value man they want.
Exactly.
Or they've done that in the past, and now they have children from men that they didn't really want.
Yeah.
From. You get me?
Yeah.
You know, it
goes deep.
There's a bunch of routes to it. So really, if anything, this is some game for some woman on how to manage your beauty. And if you know you are beautiful, or if you know you have that essence of attractiveness in just your body and your image, learn how to use that to build value for the future. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of women, not saying they can't, but a lot of women don't look in the lens of the future and more so much, because they're always living in the moment to see what they can get.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge, because that's when, you know, a lot of women have a hard time with understanding that. They're like, well, how come I can't talk to as many guys as you? Why can't I do? But the thing is, you got to realize a high value man, you know, the things that make a high value man isn't what makes a high value woman a high value woman.
Right.
But they're trying to be judged by the same metrics, and that's where they're failing. You got to realize, with the beauty that women have is the core form of attraction that draws men.
Right.
When a woman already naturally uses that to manipulate a dude.
Yes.
That's their number one form of manipulation on guys. The
Yes.
reason why the guys listening right here let a girl do certain things, the reason why they get away with certain things, the reason why they be running stuff, the reason why they have guys in their hands like putty a lot of the time. At least I say guys, not the guy, because they always want to. Of course, there's the guy that they have that keeps them in check.
Guys, not the guy.
Guys.
Right.
When it comes to guys, their beauty is almost like a spell on dudes. And the key thing that I wanted to touch on from what I had first said, that I didn't go too deep on, but I'll give you guys a hint now, is that you can't let, as men, you can't let her beauty be the be-all, end-all of that.
Because I feel like that's just nature's given. That's like you can call it nature, you could call it God.
Yeah.
I feel like God's given her that. And that's not something to be so, oh my God, I earned this. No, you didn't earn it. That's like if I was naturally a super model attractive guy, I'm not saying I'm not gonna use that to attract or use that as value as any sort, but I'm definitely not going to rely on that as a male. You feel me?
Exactly.
No male relies on his beauty to get him to the next level.
Exactly.
And I don't think, you know, I'm not saying women shouldn't do that, because they should do that, but don't rely on that, because you need to go past that, even though the average guy really that you don't want doesn't even look for it, because we look for more than beauty. We look for, you know, if we break it down, qualities. Because most girls, I honestly, in my opinion, most girls have beautiful figures, beautiful face, most girls are beautiful in general. Yeah. There's not that many ugly girls, you feel me? Especially most girls are pretty. Most girls have value naturally based on their beauty.
Especially nowadays, man. You know, and I'm sure it's always been like that relative to the men in that generation. It's like,
right.
But like, no, that's facts. I mean, you know, dudes are sold because she's pretty. And it's
Right.
like, man, think of, like, do you know if this chick's a weirdo?
Right.
Do you know if this chick is a loser?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you know if this chick is...
But most guys want to be like, is this chick a loser because of her beauty?
Yeah.
So they will automatically,
Mm.
most guys will automatically put the girl in a higher pedestal because of her beauty.
Because of her beauty.
They wouldn't even save this
Yeah,
girl. Why,
yeah.
why would that thought pop up? They're a loser. Based on like
That wouldn't
even,
pop
like
up.
even
Just-
porn sites.
Yeah.
You know, porn sites will put women on a pedestal.
Yeah.
That I think that's why even porn exists. Like porn exists because it's like it's all based on the fantasy world of a woman's beauty.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with personality.
Yeah.
And
It's a spell, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, you guys, you know, as you guys continue to listen and as we, you know, and the videos that we have, the exclusive videos we have, that is really gonna tap in. But just to give you guys an idea, we have to melt. It's a spell you have to wake up from.
Right.
The beauty that is really killing
which is hard.
your game. Which yeah,
That's hard
that takes time
because
to break that.
You know, most people are living in the physical sense of being
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
if they don't have principle standards and values, that's all they see is
That's
that physical beauty.
beauty.
So the next point is, how do we learn how to scan a high value woman?
Oh man, what a great question. So now I can go a little bit deeper, man. What you guys? So scanning a high value woman, I'm gonna give you a big tip here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're at a club, you're at a bar. You see this girl, she's the prettiest. She walks in, she's the baddest thing there. We all know every dude wants her, and every girl notices her.
Mm-hmm.
She's walking by, bubble over there. Walking around, bubbles here. Just bubbles like a bubble bath, right? Skin soft, everything,
Right.
beautiful.
Sheesh.
Hair, everything. She's
That's so
boxed.
seductive.
I
That's
know, right?
that's so intriguing
Oh,
to
man.
a man's
I
eye.
know,
It's
I
so
know.
soft. It's so like it pulls you in because
Yeah.
you don't even know this girl.
Yeah.
You don't know the Carfax.
Yeah, you don't know the car, and boom, Carfax.
You don't know
You don't know
what
the Carfax.
this vehicle
Yeah,
been through
Yeah, you don't
has
know.
done.
You don't know.
But the outer
that auto bike, the body of the
appearance,
vehicle,
the outer appearance
is clean,
is so clean where it pulls you in.
fresh wax, came straight out the shop.
And then you sit in there, you go, wow,
Yeah.
let me invest this amount. And then the Carfax shows something
The
different.
Carfax show, but see, and that's what we're telling you. If you read the Carfax, the body's cool, but you like, oh damn, okay, I don't need to buy this. I'm not even as impressed. But see, dudes be ready to buy the car without even checking the Carfax.
Right.
So it's like somebody coming in, oh, the car looks beautiful, I want to get it now.
Right.
And if you understand the manipulation that naturally is going to come from a woman with all these dudes approaching you because you're
Right.
beauty, that works for her. She's like, well, great, because now that you want to buy me now, I'm going to be able to get you to sign off for the big contract early. You know, she's going to be able to get you to move here and there, you know what I mean, because you're already sold. You don't
Right.
know the fact that she's a psycho. You don't know the fact that she just got out of a trauma center. You don't know that this chick just literally got out of the most toxic relationship that just happened that is toxic. And the girls literally say, like, I'm so toxic, but they're bad as fucking dudes are like, I don't care. It's like
That's like buying a 2018 car
oh my gosh.
and it has 180,000 miles
Oh, a
on
great
the car.
example.
And you have at least $25,000 in the bank,
Yeah.
and you're ready to spend it on a new car, and I'm the salesman, and I'm going, hey yo, look at this car, it looks good. And you're like, dang, that looks like a fresh 2018 car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it, and you don't even check with me to see what the history is,
Yeah.
how many mileage you got, what it been through,
Yeah.
what problems, has it been in any
Facts.
accidents,
Facts.
and then you just buy the car for $25,000
Oh my God.
versus you go to a different dealership you spend the $25,000 and you'll get a brand new fresh car off the lot, has no history, has nothing to do with it, and you know all that money you worked hard to save and put towards is actually a fair value for exchange. And I feel like most men, they work so hard on their value, or if they do, and I'm talking about guys, like I'm talking about the guys that actually work on their value and want that fair exchange for that woman, you know, they want. They're sitting there, they're like, all right, bet I'm gonna go through college, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna build a steady, stable foundation, you know, lifestyle with principles and stuff, and I'm gonna have that exchange, and I'm exchanging for a woman I'm gonna encounter.
But that's gonna be the one I'm marrying.
What catches them is that appearance, the model of the car, how it looks. But then they don't know that.
They don't know
the interior, the engine, how it functions, and everything. And and I think it personally goes down deep into how the family of that woman is run. And you know, I'm not just trying to blame it on men. I mean on women either, because I also know in perspective it's also the men too. But I'm really talking about the men that are on their P's and Q's and are really aware of themselves. If we're talking about a destructive men, that's a different video. I'm really talking about men that, you know, actually want the best for their lives, and they're really on top of their shit, and really looking for a woman that's on top of her shit. And most of the time they fall for girls that are not on top of their shit based off looks, and because it's so seductive, it's so seducing. When you see the newest thing, imagine seeing in a human form, which you can have intersexual relationships with. That's something different.
Better than a car, then.
It's better than a car because you can really have an emotional attachment to it. You can have sex with it. You can build a relationship with it. And especially if she sees the value in you, she can take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Especially when you don't know this game.
Absolutely.
So
and guys are so ready to buy this car, and that's how you are with these girls, not realizing. And then you spend the most to get. First of all, you feel bad if you don't get her, not realizing that you just dodged being chipped off. Like you're like, damn, you leave the night like, bro, I wanted to get that car so bad. The dude wasn't paying me no mind when I try to ask him if I can buy it. You know, the person selling it, man, I want that car, I need that car. Dang, I don't got no value because like I can't even get the car. Not realizing like, bro, you're so pressed to get a car that is in horrible condition.
Right, exactly.
And then on the other side, you know, dudes you know, be ready to lock in with this car. But then if you get the girl, or if you get the car, for example, now you're driving it, you think you're the man, you got the new car, boom,
2 months
tires
in,
falling
6
off.
month in.
Oh man, now you know the thing, this is breaking, that's breaking, it's costing you an arm and a leg to keep it. And now you're like miserable. And I literally I worked with guys that were like, bro, this Benz is freaking, or this Beamer is fucking, I'm a slave to this Beamer because all my money at this damn job, you know.
You already bought the car.
It's going towards this car. And
the
it's
title's already under your name.
And I know some dudes in that situation, it's like, damn, I'm investing into this girl, and it's
you invested into the girl, and that return is not what it's supposed to be. And I know plenty of guys that can't even see that.
Facts.
Because they're so infatuated with a woman and her potential. And women do this all the time too, with male too, where they're always like infatuated with a man, and they're trying to gain this reality of his potential, but really he's not doing anything. But I think it's worse when a man is on his shit and he really wanting this girl or this woman in his life, and the potential is not there because he's never got taught to set boundaries and have a relationship with a woman, because it's all based off booty. It's all based off sex. The validation of just getting some play is what he's really chasing, instead of the qualities of a high value woman.
Absolutely.
You get me?
Absolutely. I mean, it's deep, man. It's like a lot of these dudes are buying one car, it goes trash for after a while. It breaks down.
They want to look.
They spent
good.
their last $25,000 to keep it. It messes up. Guess what they do? They finally raised another $25,000 and they buy another messed up car because they're infatuated again. They never learn to look at the Carfax, and that's how you scale a woman. Like when you ask that question, how do you judge a woman? If you haven't gotten to the point of breaking her down in conversation and finding out what she's about,
right,
bro, you don't even know. You haven't even stepped foot in being able to understand what a woman is. Her beauty is level 1. You know, the car being in good condition is level 1.
Yes.
And the problem is level 1 for all the guys out there is level 9 for them. Like level 1 for us is level 9 for a lot of all the guys out there. She's pretty, I'm sold.
That's not it.
That's not it, guys.
Because, like I said, there's a lot of shit that comes with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pretty girls in this world. But literally the qualities is what makes a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like is like
the quality
level 100 for a girl.
Me
like
too.
if her qualities really are high up there on demand.
Yeah. Understanding,
you know,
smart, objective. She can see things outside of her perspective. You know,
she wants to understand you.
She wants to learn stuff.
She wants to learn stuff. She wants to, you know, be on the same page. And what I'm talking about, again, I gotta keep reminding people, is men that are on their shit. I'm not talking about men that are not bringing you shit, and then they're trying to tell you that you ain't shit. I'm talking about men that are doing stuff in life and trying to build themselves up and talking from this perspective. Yeah. Because a lot of dudes do waste their time with women because a woman's a different subject when it comes to life, and a lot of men don't have the time to entertain in understanding women because they're so infatuated with their goals and their purpose in life that almost women come second or even last in their understanding because they're like, I gotta win in life, and then women come after. But by the time women come after, they're already early 30s and they don't know nothing, or they're so early in the game trying to lock a woman down, and they just trap themselves with some kids or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, we're gonna push to the next subject: the entitlement women have on current society.
Ooh, oh man, this is deep, man. This is deep, man, because I see this every day, and that's my thing. That's why I love this subject, because it is parallel to life. People can argue with you. And all the time I have somebody, not all the time, but every now and then I have a girl or a guy like, well, try to challenge the ideas. Oh, well, don't you think men and women equally this and this? Don't you think? No, listen, bro. And I don't mind it. If they're curious, I'll help explain stuff. But from the vantage point of what I know, it's like so far up there, it's so hard, because it's like people speak as if they, you know. So anyways, to get to my point, guys and ladies, the entitlement I see on Twitter today, the male-female war right now, especially in the urban communities, and especially in the communities of, you know, it's really everywhere. Fuck that. In America, the communities of America, bruh, there's a gender war. There's a silent / loud gender war, and you can see it every day. Women are, you know, they're always talking about the stuff guys do that annoy them. Right. They're always pushing, you don't need to do, you can get your own job. They're always preaching, you know, dudes are messed up, that's why you gotta worry about yourself. It's a very defeatist view on men. And then men have their own side that's like, yo, women ain't ish, whatever. Right. You know, blah, blah, blah. But with women, there is a general entitlement. And women try to say, oh, men have this entitlement too, but the truth is, you know, they're referring to high value men, you know. They try to say, oh, well, guys are entitled. Every time a girl talks about men, unless we're talking about overall, like, guy stuff, but a lot of the time they're talking about the high value man, or not even high value, just the men that they're dating. Right. They're talking about the men they're dating. They're not talking about men. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, in some cases... Or they dated. Yeah, or they dated. And they're projecting that on men. Because for women, they have selection. So they'll be pissed off at what a guy that they're dating or a guy that they see value in, when he pisses them off, it's like that. For guys, on the other hand,
yes,
we're dealing with all women and getting that same energy from most women. Like,
right.
So the entitlement with women is that they expect you. Like I saw a Twitter today that these girls were like,
you said it perfect
yeah,
earlier, where they expect you to be this archetype,
yeah,
and it's like nothing about them.
Oh man, yeah.
You said that earlier, where you had to meet all these standards for women.
Oh my goodness.
But it's like,
but what are you?
Yes.
What are you? It's like
women have all these standards for a man. You better be this. You got to do this. You better act like this.
Paying dates.
You got to be this confident.
Any of these apps.
Yes.
First of all, no friends with benefit. No one night stand. Blah blah blah. But take me out on a date and court me.
Right. You better have something going on.
You better have something going on.
Or you better.
Oh, guys are annoying. Text me on this. It's they naturally speak with so much entitlement. They naturally carry themselves with so much entitlement in this day and age. They don't really see things from guys' perspectives at all. Like they don't even have, that's the part that's huge. They don't even have the desire to speak things, to understand a dude. And it's sad. Like I've talked to a lot of girls, even the girls that are cool. And even though we resonate and we have good vibrations with each other, it's because of the things that I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm the one creating the space for her to be a certain way and friendly with me. But I have to approach you. I have to, you know what I'm saying? And I have to create this environment. It's very much like me. Guys aren't giving me what I want. It's not, damn, what am I doing to attract this? How can I get guys to give me what I want? See, that's what guys are going to think about. A woman is just, guys suck. They just don't get me. Oh, my boyfriend's getting on my nerves. It's like, there's no skills. She has no skills. Have you learned how to do things to make guys like you more? Have you learned how to have better communications? Did you learn how to play Xbox or some shit? Did you learn how to fucking kick it like the guys and like kind of learn some game? There's a couple girls that are smart like that. Like, kick it with some dudes and study how guys communicate with each other and how to enjoy yourself. So when you spoil the show with your little buzzkill ass statement you're going to say, or your buzzkill ass, like, well, I don't know why you said it like that. Like, that's why you can't kick it like dudes. Because we don't say little catty shit like that. We don't say, you know, oh damn Jason, why you say it like that? No, we're just like, yeah, what's up, bro? We just get each other. Oh, word, that makes sense, cool. Because we know that's feminine stuff. And so girls don't understand like that. That feminine stuff they do is natural. That's what we call feminine stuff. But try to counter that. Like, try to be better than the cooch. Try to be better than your base self with the men. Women, I'll end it like this. Women don't have the desire to really understand men. They look at it like, I don't get men, they suck. Let's toss them to the side, I'm going to be a lesbian now. Or let's toss them to the side, F men, I guess I have to get a surrogate. It's no like, let me figure out how to gain some skills to make guys respond better.
Look how bad this sounds for a woman. Because I bet if a girl was watching this, she would be like, why is he saying that?
Yeah,
like, you ready?
Triggered.
Look at this. How can I make a man like me more?
Oh man.
That will trigger the average woman. Because they'll sit there and they'll be like
me more.
What do you mean like me more?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, why is that such a bad thing? Because you know what we do on a daily basis? We figure out how we can be more attractive to the average woman.
You're trying to get carried, like, oh,
the average woman will never ask herself how can she be attractive to the average man.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a chore to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not a chore to do. Like, you like men, right?
Yeah.
I like women. You like men, right? So I'm gonna do my best to make myself as attractive to you, and you should make yourself as attractive to me, and that's how it should be. And that's how it should be. Like, but the thing is, most women will hear that statement, and they will be like, I don't need to make myself any better than I am already because I look the way I look, or I am who I am. And I'm like, most of the time, those women are not going to be in a happy relationship, and it just overflows into their reality and you know what they're about.
Even when you ask a girl, do you like we like women. Do y'all like men? So you should. I just heard a voice in my head from like a girl that I see every day. Like, I don't even know if I like men. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, you'll say that and they'll be like, I don't even know if I like men. It's like, come on.
Well, why don't you figure it out?
Yeah, figure it out. Come on, grow up, baby girl. You're not a kid no more. Grow up.
A key thing is I remember listening to this one song that was made in the early 2000s, and that song was all about validating herself to a man.
Oh man, wow.
Early 2000 song. I forgot the name of it, but it popped up on because I followed this page, this like 2000 era page. Oh, and when I heard the lyrics to it and I really sat there with it, I was like, yo, this whole song is her being so fascinated with this one guy she's talking about in this song. Of course, there's no names. It's just about a man she's fascinated about. And she's doing everything to gain his attention, his validation. And I'm like, yo, we lost that.
We lost that.
In 2020.
We lost that.
And now women are on the opposite side. We're like, I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care if I get them or not. I'm like, yeah.
I'm
and
so,
I'm like,
so miserable.
bro, like, you guys got to understand, that's not how this works. Like, you guys have to put effort too in order to get the guy you want. Absolutely. Even if all the other girls around you talk about, why are you doing that? Why are you chasing that? Dude, that's a part of feminine energy.
It's huge. Women buffer this. That's the worst part. Like, if a dude is striking out with guys,
right?
We're gonna be, we have to figure out, like, bro, what's good, bro? Like, you got to do something with your style,
right? We'll do that to each other.
Does your breath smell? Like, right? Let's help you out. You might link up with the dude that gets the girls. He'll show some game. With girls, bro, with women, it's like they all buffer that. It's like a loser mentality. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, ladies. There's some special girls out there, but I gotta be real with y'all as a big brother.
Right.
Like, it's a loser. And that's what I'm realizing, that a lot of them is losers. It's like, yeah, I mean, F them anyways. No, don't call him. You don't need him. It's like, there's no, like making her better to deal with a dude. It's like, you just support her failures and, like, make her comfortable in her failure.
Like, that's all they do. If we're both men, I'll be like, yo, you need to sharpen in this aspect of yourself in order to attract this type of level of woman.
Yeah.
Women don't do that shit. They be like, you know what?
It's
Fuck
his
him.
fault. It's his
Fuck
fault.
him.
You don't need him.
He don't like you.
Yeah. It's girls' night.
What?
Screw him.
How about you tell your girlfriend, yo, maybe you need to act like this. Maybe you need to soften up in this.
Exactly.
Maybe you need to approach him like this.
Exactly.
Maybe you need to speak like. But now it's offensive to talk like that.
Yeah.
So if you got girlfriends that act like that, you need to be careful because they're really destroying your fucking future and your security in packing down the man that you want to be with. And that's very scary. When it comes to your fucking personal life.
That's facts.
So why are they so entitled?
Great question. Man.
So we talked about the entitlement women have in current society, but why are they so entitled?
All right, so now this is where we got to flip it. We went hard on the ladies.
Right.
So for the ladies that's sticking in there, we got to bring it back to the guys.
Bring it back.
Dudes, it's not my fault, man. It's our fault because I'm a part of the manosphere.
Yes.
It's our fault. And it's not even our fault. It's our ancestors' fault, for real. It's our uncles, our dads, and our dads' grandparents, great grandparents. Because what they did was, first of all, a lot of women were buffered and given a false sense of buffering from the harshness of reality for them, because parents want to keep their girls so precious. Oh, this is my daughter. And then, of course, there's some girls out there whose parents don't give a fuck about them. But I already know whoever girls went through that is like, you're already dealing with a bunch of shit of trauma because of that. Because a woman needs a safe space. She needs that form. So if she doesn't get that, she's already fucked. But of course you can improve, but it's just a fucked starting point. But outside of that, they try to make things so soft and easy for them at young. Then they grow up, and then it comes down to us as guys, as men. And men, we lost our kingship. We lost our swag. Men lost their reign, their power. Like there was a point in time where a woman felt like woman and wanted to be connected to feminine energy, but that was inspired. It wasn't forced because of some national law, because that's
Right.
that's what women rebel against. It was inspired.
Like,
it was
they
like,
wanted
I
to.
want to be free because this
There's
dude
a
is such a
difference.
man.
There's a difference between needing to and wanting to.
Wanting
And
to.
that's what's going. That's what you just triggered me going back to that song. Or was it Scarman?
Yeah.
That woman created that song and sang that song because she wanted to tell everybody through that song that she wanted to serve that man that she
Yes.
found so attractive.
Yes.
And it was such a seductive song.
Yeah. Wow.
And I forgot the song name, but like the way she was explaining it was like, yo, I want to please you as a woman. And that was the basis of the moral of the song. Like,
Wow.
she found this man so attractive
Wow.
that she would do anything to serve this man.
Yeah.
And that essence is the essence I'm talking about. That
Oh man, this is deep.
that a man, going back, I'm not trying to attack women, but in this aspect, but a man doesn't even know how to communicate on from this perspective because he's been taught to cater to the woman so much that he actually has been feminized,
Yeah, he's been feminized
into the way he should speak to her. So it's almost like a reward for the girl to act naturally the way she's supposed to act with him. So it's almost like this is not normal
Yeah.
in her natural order of treating me the way she should treat me, but it's almost a gift.
Yeah.
And that right there is sick. It's disgusting. It's very low value because if I'm supposed to have a certain way I'm supposed to act as a male, it's not a gift.
Yeah.
That's supposed
It's
to
like
be
a
the
birthright.
That's a birthright.
Yeah.
So that means there must be a birthright on how females should
Absolutely.
treat me.
Yeah.
And it's not a gift.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a gift when it happens on a high level. When a man acts like a man on a high level, that's a gift.
Yeah, it is.
But on a birthright level, a man should act like a man and a woman should act like a woman. But like what I'm saying is
The
like,
lines are so blurred right now. If you say that, it's like they'll be like, "What do you mean a man acts like a man?" Woman? It's like they don't even know what a
They don't
man
even
is,
know,
and
right.
what a woman is. It's like it's just a gender. And damn, man, this. Of course, it goes so deep, but it's like there's powers that be that potentially have influenced and shaped things to where they are the way they are. So that's kind of beyond men or women to a degree, and that's a little bit deeper. But that aside, men and women, you know, women in the 80s and 90s, we went through a transition. You
yes.
know, our great grandparents and grandparents, they came from that era where a dude was just a dude and a woman was a woman. Because dudes was being so much dudes, women ain't have no choice.
If you listen to the lyrics, I'm talking about the lyrics in the movies.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Check out that song, Players Only Love You When They're Playing. Like, that whole song is about her, like, in love with a dude that just has women, but she accepts it. She's like, I don't even care.
I don't even care.
I just like to be with you, period, because of the man that you represent. I don't even care. And it's like, nowadays, I'm like, I don't want to hear all that, but they're only saying that because they ain't get to experience that dude.
Right.
And it's not the dude that's a player. It's the dude that is righteously a player.
Yes,
it's like, I'm telling you who I'm talking to. I'm telling you, you know I have women.
Right.
But you still want this.
Right.
And I don't got nothing to lie to you about.
And that's still a scarcity.
And that's still, right? And it's like, we grew up with our mothers and implanting in us to be not what the dude that really attracted them and seduced them.
Yes.
They don't want you to be the one that attracted and seduced them because that's the one that they couldn't fully have. They wanted to turn you into the one that will fully be for a woman, not realizing that a woman will always want what she can't have.
Right. Which becomes the guy that
they taught you to be the one she can have, and that's why she doesn't want you.
And if you understand that piece, that goes to the provider frame and the lover frame.
Yes.
Your own mother has been chasing a lover.
Yeah.
And she got stuck with a provider.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since we live in a day and age where women teach the boys how to be men, they teach you on how to be a provider, not a lover.
Oh yeah.
Based on her lens, right?
Yeah.
So it goes back to, okay, now you're dealing with the woman that you're dealing with. Obviously it's not your mother, but it's the woman that you're growing up with, and guess what they do? They all act like women.
Yeah.
They all act like girls. They all act like the way they are programmed to act.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always going to chase the lover archetype versus the provider.
Absolutely.
But not saying they don't want the provider archetype.
Yeah.
Because that's where a little game gets kicked in, where you become the blend of both. But
that's the dream situation. That's the high value male.
That's the high value male.
Making over 100,000 a year.
Right.
All that means is provider.
But there's plenty of providers that are making 100,000 that are not lovers.
They're not lovers.
And they don't get nothing.
They don't get nothing. Yeah.
So let me put this in perspective. Let's keep bringing it to the core values of what we're about to speak about today. What is the average woman encountering with the man, and how is it that it is in a scarcity of the high value communication they're having with males? So basically, the scarcity of women encountering a man with high value. What is the scarcity of that?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's big, man. I mean, that question is really just touching on the fact that women right now have a scarcity when it comes to experiencing men that really make them feel inspired to want to be in their feminine energy. They don't get to interact with men that are kings enough. They don't get to interact with men that make them blush and feel like that. And when they do, it only lasts for like a little while, because then his frame breaks. He'll be cool for like a day, maybe cool for that night, maybe cool for that first 2 questions he said, and the frame always breaks. And they're constantly seeing dudes with no frame, and then the ones that do have a frame, it breaks, which encourages them to want to shit test men more, to just see how quick can I make his frame break so that I can hurry up and see that he's not shit. Because every dude's frame breaks so easy. So she has nobody that she never gets to see someone that makes her feel, and I don't want to say less than, but that makes her feel like, oh damn, he has more value than me, or he has value that I want to seek. Because dudes are so ready to buy in. It's like, well damn, there's no challenge. You know, it's like a video game. It's like they're playing a video game of Tetris, but it's on like easy. And they went through all the levels already. But every dude's coming trying to play level 1 Tetris. Right. You know? When in reality, she's ready to get to level 2 and level 3 and level 4. Right. She's ready to be challenged, you know, especially if she's very beautiful. She's dated the football guys, the athletes. She's dated the business dudes. She's dated the artistic dudes. And all of their frames break at some point. And the one that she truly desires is the one whose frame never broke. Like, damn, that dude was the real deal. Right. And they don't get to experience that. And to make it simpler for guys, because that might be a lot, but to make it simpler, a guy that can make her realize, like, you don't have me. Like, I'm not all bought in because of your beauty. I'm not all bought in.
Goes back to the first question. What makes a high value woman?
Exactly.
And based on the men, he's not going, I'm not getting bought by your beauty.
Yeah.
That's why you're treating me like I am scarcity. Yeah. Because I'm not treating you based off your beauty.
Exactly.
And very few women experience that man. Once they do experience that man, they get a crumb.
They get a crumb.
They get a crumb of that experience,
man.
And once they get a crumb of that experience, they know they're not the only one.
Wow.
And when they know they're not the only one, they'll sit there, and most of the time they never get chosen. So what starts to happen is they start to go, damn, I just had this experience with this guy that gave me a crumb, and I didn't get chosen because someone came in the picture and he chose that one instead of me. And they start to sit there waiting for the other crumb
and again.
Never come. And it never comes.
And then they have to go back to that one source.
And they have to go back to the one source, which resolves in, like, say, cheating, say, lying,
not being able to hold on.
Yes, not being able to hold on. No solid relationship. He doesn't become the provider. It doesn't become a long-term marriage or whatever it is. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, well, if we want to tackle both sides, as a woman, what are you about to sacrifice in order to have that experience?
Which is rare. And this is deep. That's deep.
That's deep.
That's deep. Go ahead.
For a man, what are you about to sacrifice and pay to experience that?
Yeah.
That's different too, because both are trying to experience that opportunity of being that high value man that's giving out the crumbs, and the one on the other side going, dang, I just had a taste of this crumb.
Exactly.
What am I gonna do to sacrifice to get the pie now?
Exactly.
One has, what are you gonna experience to get the pie, and what are you gonna experience to get the pie?
Nah, facts.
And those are two different experiences happening, and most women don't understand that sacred experience only happen once or twice or maybe 3 times in your life. By the time you fail to realize that that's sacred, and then now you end up with a fucking simp that you will never have that experience with. You have full control of your relationship but never satisfied, and you're sitting there wondering why.
Exactly. And it's, man, just when you said that, this is it gave me a glimpse into this idea, guys, and this is very important for guys to understand, and this is why we went on the journey, and why this journey is so important for me, is that men actually have it better a little bit when you think about it, based on an idea. And the idea is this: what triggers us, the main thing that is our main trigger, is beauty. Bro, there's beauty in abundance right now. I mean, just to look at it. Like, even if you just count porn online, like, you can see beauty in its totality of nudeness and everything. There's endless girls on Instagram, Twitter, showing their body, beauty. And so we're actually getting our initial, like, core, our initial core attraction satiated, because there is beauty in abundance. So even if you're not getting it from a girl, you can always go online or whatever. Whereas for women, they're not on here looking for a bunch of dudes.
They're not looking for
it's
for
like
beauty.
They're looking for an essence. And think about how many dudes in there give them that essence.
That takes a lot of fucking energy.
So think about how much they're like. We're getting their beauty in abundance.
Something that happens naturally, and something that gets built.
For them, it's like, damn, they really need it.
They don't want something. They don't want to be in a Build-A-Bear workshop. They don't want to build a man, right? They want a man to have already what a man should have, and they don't want to sit down and wait for him to build that.
To figure it out.
So, if you experience this guy that has that, do you really think you will get the same opportunity for another man to come your way, the way life works, to have that same fucking potential or energy or same value to just pop up and just get thrown at you again? And 9 times out of 10, it's a no.
It's a no.
And I think that's what messes up people on the internet, is they see so many faces online where they think that their personal experience would be the same thing they're experiencing online on a cell phone. They're like, all right, bet I'm gonna experience the same guy that I caught by accident again and again and again.
And they realize,
based off my phone, and I can easily just swipe up and see that he's right there. But the thing is, that's false.
That's false. That's false.
That is not happening.
No, I talk to women every day, and like all the time, about the dating field. I always have to ask, like, how's the dating game with the guys? Same thing every time.
Which is what?
Which is like, oh man, these dudes are like, long story short, they're not about nothing. They're not about shit. Dudes, they all want to fuck. They all just want to fuck, and then the ones that don't want to fuck be getting in their feelings.
There's
nobody that has to figure it out.
The one that doesn't want to fuck, be in his feelings, want a long-term relationship.
Wants to
be in their feelings, wants a controller, and don't know how to handle the relationship. And then you got the other one
Yeah, that guy doesn't have the ability to inspire her to want him. He more so just wants her to fall in line.
Right.
Women don't, obviously women hate that shit.
And then you got the guy that just wants to
fuck.
Just wants to have sex.
Yeah,
and
then you got the guys that sell dreams and set them up. So then you got the guys that are gonna act like the perfect one.
Right.
Get the pussy. And
then they get a taste of the dude in between.
And then they get so mad. And that's why they're so angry, because they're like,
because they let him go.
Yeah, like, you sold me to you, like he acted like he was about it. He wanted to get married. He was that perfect dude. He had the swag, the looks. He wanted to be, and then he cheated on me, or he just stopped messing with me after we had sex. And it's like they're mad about it because they're like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? They got an essence of that from that one out of the three guys.
Right.
But that dude also isn't trying to be long term.
So what happens when they get a taste of the dude in the middle?
When they get a taste of a dude like us.
Of the one that wants to, really care and upgrade the woman, and the one that just wants to just fuck her and just have sex and just have fun. When they get a taste of that dude that's in the middle, that really wants the best of both worlds, and he meets a woman, what happens?
And see, that's what a lot of women don't understand. That guy, the one thing he lacks is the ability to be honest. Mm. That's why we're going to talk about honesty. But let's say this guy is honest. Mm-hmm. If he's honest about, look, I'm attracted to you, I really feel you, but here's my situation.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to like necessarily settle down right now, but this is my vibe, right? When she gets a taste of him, I mean, it's the rarest thing ever.
Right.
Because really, most of the guys that are in the middle like that, they're gonna still come with the angle. Because they're like, damn, I have to act like I'm gonna be monogamous. So I'm just gonna take the monogamy route. Right. But it kind of sets them up to be a beta. So long story short, when they interact with that dude that actually is real, I mean, bro, it's like ecstasy, man. It's like a taste of something that is out there, mm-hmm. that tastes good, but you finally get to taste it, and it reminds you like, damn, this shit is nice. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for them to believe that it's real. I mean, it's a very rare thing, particularly like in this culture. Mm-hmm. Maybe if you're in the DR where there's beautiful women everywhere, right. The guys there are just gonna keep it real with girls. And girls, but out here, it's rare because most guys are gonna have to come from an angle because they're conditioned to think, oh, I gotta be this monogamous guy to make them happy, right? Or or I gotta be this, or I gotta be that. They don't realize that you could just be authentic and women will rock if you know what you're doing.
So what is a true high value male?
Oh, that's big because it's gonna take a true high value male to get a woman to respond in this kind of way. And the big thing with a true high value male, see, people have a twisted idea on a high value male. They think a high value male is a dude making over $100,000 a year. They think a high value male is. See, every time a girl describes it and people describe it, it's this very objective thing. It's like a bot.
Like a material?
Yeah, it's like if I could draw a high value male, right. But we don't know his personality. Mm-hmm. It's like a bot. Like it's like a archetype. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's not. It has no essence. I see what you're saying. Imagine if I say, okay, he makes over $100,000 a year. He works out all the time. He
going back to the car thing with women. Like what makes a woman a high value? It's not her appearance. It's what's
her appearance.
Her Carfax is. We're talking about. Relating it to the analogy with cars. Yeah. So, what would you describe it as a male?
So, high value male to me, and this is the true essence of a high value male. It's a high performing, like motivated person. I think that's a core essence. You still want to aim to be an achiever, mm-hmm. and to be able to provide, right? So this is somebody that's either a provider or that's pushing towards being someone with money that can provide for himself and any woman in his life. Pushing toward that. It don't gotta be over $100,000 a year. That's some bullshit. Because there's so many dudes making over $100,000 a year that are not high value dudes. And let me tell you, you'll know real quick. Because if I'm in a room with them,
they ain't talking like it.
We breaking their ass down. Yeah. It don't matter what money we got, right? It's about how you carry yourself, right?
100%.
So a high value dude is gonna carry himself a certain way, right? But to put it simple, it's a guy that's aiming for more. But these are the qualities that really make a high value man. Somebody that never quits. Somebody that is motivated. Somebody that has a good heart. Somebody that's emotionally balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Someone that starts to improve your already condition.
Yeah, somebody that's high vibrational, and that, like you said, every time you're around them, you notice your vibration is up. You notice more things. You're feeling happier. As a woman, you need to value that. Like if you get around a dude and you always feel better, you're learning more. He's making you better. He's making you more aware.
It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with
nowhere did we say money
status.
We didn't say not $1 dollar.
Not saying that's not important, but
but that's not what makes the high value male. See, the people out here talking, that's all a high value male is. Makes XYZ amount of money, is popular and socially accepted, has a lot of high networking friends. So what happens if you have a dude making $1 million? He has the biggest connects in the world.
Right.
He's plugged in every. This is considered a super high value male. This is what all the bad girls are chasing. But guess what? What if his character is shitty?
Right.
Nowhere in these programs do I hear, or in these dudes talking, do they deal with someone's character. It's all about the shell.
Yeah.
So women are chasing a shell of a high value male, but this high value, they're not worried about the character.
Right.
And you're not a high value male if you have low character. You're just.
You were saying.
Yeah. So a high value male, they're chasing the shell.
Yes.
You know, but there's no depth, and that's why these girls will find themselves dealing with these quote unquote high value males and still be miserable, even more miserable. Because if this dude has no integrity, no character, he can be high value. He's still gonna lie to you.
Right.
He's still gonna cheat.
There you go.
So now it's almost like women feel like
I would say we'll go back to righteousness.
Yeah.
Like how righteous. I think righteousness goes back to what is high value, because you can have a millionaire man that brings you to the best clubs, has a high status, knows everybody, but he could be a whole piece of shit because he lies to you all the time.
Facts.
What is a liar to you, even if he has $1 million, right?
Is that a high value male to you? A millionaire?
Like,
that lies all the time?
are you ready to sacrifice that value to that relationship and go, I'm gonna stick with this because, hey, there's money in it? Or are you gonna stick with it because, hey, he's honest?
He's honest, exactly.
And that's why, these qualities, going back to qualities, even thinking about qualities are so invisible. They're so in the air principles, and no one is subjugated to do these things like a person that has a gun aimed to their head, to follow these principles to the T. That's what makes it so high valuable, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna get shot for not following these invisible principles like honesty, truth, integrity and all that
righteousness,
stuff. Righteousness, and just sitting there,
positive energy.
Yeah, just doing that because you feel like it's right to do.
Yeah.
You're mostly gonna get shot at, and this is just figuratively, like just if you don't have money or if you don't have like a house or something.
Yes.
Girls will be like, nah, you don't have the crib. Nah, you don't have the nice car you have. So exactly. I'm gonna shoot you in the leg for that one.
Man,
and I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, I understand that is a big part of the game, but at the end of the day, if they have all these negative attributes to whatever it is that he does have, does it even matter?
Yeah, exactly.
You get me?
Exactly.
Is he teaching you anything?
Yeah, facts. Is he teaching you anything? He got all this money, but when you're around him, are you just experiencing shit? You're experiencing shit, but you don't know shit. Like, and that's huge, because when we talk about high value, women are out here looking for a high value dude. And if they don't look for the intangibles that we talked about, bro, like they're really not, they're not, what are they looking for? You're not gonna find a high value. If a dude doesn't have the character and integrity and stuff like that, you're just dealing with a rich trash dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
same thing with these dudes. You got a girl that's horrible, but she's cute. You're dealing with a cute horrible girl.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So is that high value girl? Cause
You
she's
know
cute.
you know how many people I know that deals with women like that?
Oh
Like
my
their
gosh.
woman is so bad, right? And they got their whole fucking
Bruh.
life destroyed because
Bruh.
of some ass,
Bruh.
of some of some booty,
I
of
say
some
that all the time.
because like Derek Shoddy is so bad,
Facts.
but she over here sleeping with every dude,
Exactly.
sleeping with all her friends,
Exactly.
all his friends.
Facts.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, dang, you really pressed to keep smashing this joke because of her beauty.
Because of her beauty. I mean,
And I'm sitting here, and I'm like,
sweet,
she don't
man.
even care about you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not
Like,
high value, man.
And for women too, I'm sitting here, I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, you really dealing with this
This
dude,
dude.
and he's broke.
Yeah.
He don't have no future. He not even trying. Like, there's a difference
Facts.
between a dude that's broke and going like, yo, I'm broke right now, but next month I'm getting this new job.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between a dude that's trying shit
Yeah.
and trying to achieve something,
Yeah.
and someone that's okay being stuck in the place they're in.
Exactly.
Or like, I know some women that like, you know, these men will put their hands on her,
Mhm.
and I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Yeah, absolutely.
what are you
I
doing?
can't-
Like, there's this dude beating your ass.
That's so low value.
And
That's,
I'm like,
that's horrible.
bro, why are you still with this dude?
And it's because of like the same thing for the dude. He knows how to trigger that
Right.
attraction.
Yes.
You know, just like the Baby Boy movie.
Right.
You know, he lives with his mom at home. He does dumb stuff like slapped her by
Yeah.
an accident. But how does he make up for it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Eats her out, like gets her emotionally feeling feminine. But it's so corruptive for her because she's like, but this isn't right though. This isn't like
Right.
righteous manhood. This is like you just know how to make me feel good, but there's something missing. Like you're a liar.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. That lie part, like I gotta talk to the dudes. The lying is one of the biggest culprits for why women view us with such low value. So,
Yes.
as a high value man, a true high value man doesn't lie, and that alone is probably gonna X out all the dudes who y'all thought was high value
Right.
men, anyways. Like
A high value man should never lie.
you should never. Dudes telling you, man, just cheat, don't tell nothing. As long as you cheat, the guys are trying to program women right now. He's so high value, you have to accept that he's gonna cheat.
No.
If he's high value enough and he wants to talk to other girls, he should tell you straight up. If he has to cheat and you're supposed to settle for that, no. So I get women when it comes to certain things like that.
Right.
Because it's like dudes are like, I don't want to put in the work, but women should still be women for me. And unfortunately, bro, men don't realize that when women was being women for them, they weren't just doing it because men were just men. They were doing it because men were doing the right things to
Right.
trigger them to do that.
Right.
So men, we must do the right things to trigger them to do that.
Exactly.
Or else we're gonna get the BS that we have right now, which is a shit show.
That is true. And man, so we touched on a lot of things.
Man, did we touch everything right there?
Yes.
Man, this
And that's a lot of gems.
that's a lot of gems. I mean,
for both women and men, and
Facts.
to sit there and just go, okay,
yeah,
you know, I need to get my shit, because we've been very neutral. You know,
Yeah.
we're hitting on both sides. We're hitting on things that women can benefit from. We're
Yeah.
hitting things that men can benefit from.
Yeah.
We're giving perspective on how women do, you know, their decision making.
Yeah.
We're hitting on how men do decision making too, because it is a polarity in it. It's
It
like
is.
when we see the beauty of a woman,
Sorry.
like it's very hypnotizing.
It's hypnotizing.
And when women see the beauty in a man's characteristics, it
Yeah.
is
He
hypnotizing
walks
as
in,
well.
he looks like he got
His
money,
masculinity, the way
car.
he's saying stuff,
Yeah.
you know, that could be hypnotizing. But always look at what is really happening,
Yeah.
even though that's in your face. And that's how I judge, you know, the woman I choose, and
Yeah.
you know, the woman you choose, or
Absolutely.
and I would like a woman to base that off me too. If
Yeah.
if I know she chooses me based on what she can gather information wise on how she thinks I'm righteous, I respect that, because I'm like, yo, she's really deciding if she's gonna let me into her life based on what I'm giving her.
Exactly.
And as a righteous man, I know I'm trying to give her my best.
Exactly.
Versus if I'm sitting here and say if I was a whole liar,
Oh man.
say if I was a whole liar, then I know this girl off books if I'm straight lying to her in the beginning.
Yeah.
She's not even really here for me. She's here for the fucking persona that I'm giving. And you know, most men that are lying are not even looking at it like that because they're lying in the first place.
Exactly.
So, but you know, any last things you gotta say to them?
Man, I mean, everything we touched on was big. I just want to reemphasize, you know, reevaluate what high value is. Not only for who you want to attract, because that's big. Reevaluate how you view a woman as high value.
Right.
Ladies, reevaluate what you view in a man as high value.
Right.
Is it the bot? Is it the facade? Is it the costume? Or is it the integrity and the character that really builds a long-term relationship, right?
Right.
That's the stuff that doesn't fade. But at the same time, reevaluate high value for yourself.
Right.
You know? Realize, you know, men, you're lying, trying to finesse, trying to be, and then the guys that are super accommodating that don't lie, they're just trying to be super good guys. Reevaluate, are you really, is that high value? When you walk into a room, like, is your presence really felt as high value? Like, is your presence, do you feel high value for real? Really dig deep in for the woman. You know, you got women everywhere getting BBLs, doing everything, which is nothing wrong with that, if that's what you want to do.
Right.
If that's what you want to do. Women doing a lot of different things to meet the beauty. But I want you to ask yourself, ladies, as well, are you high value just because of your beauty? No, I got a job. I got this. You're still missing it. Well, I just got a new car and I live on my, you missed it. Well, I mean, I'm nice and I can cook. Oh, you missed it. You're naming nothing but actions and botch stuff. What is your internal character? Well, I'm a really good person. Just you saying that, that's not what that energy sounds like. You know? For the ladies, there's a lot of archetypes that you can study. Look at the archetypes like Erykah Badu, a Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
There's a couple other genres I'd like to say, but those just came to mind easy because it's very much like soul conscious woman. But look at the woman that encouraged thought.
Right.
And I don't know these women personally. I haven't been in a relationship with them, so I don't know how they are. But I'm saying the characteristics
of her encouraging thought.
The thing she's like Lauryn Hill says, man, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? You know, girls, you better watch out. Some guys are only about, and then he's saying, guys, you better watch out. Some girls are only about. You know, so it's a woman coming from. First of all, it's showing me she's objective.
Right.
It's showing me she's balanced.
She's hitting both sides.
She's hitting both sides. She's not just like
Beyonce,
all the single ladies, all the single
girls.
I don't want no scrubs. No, it was very conscious. It was balanced. It was, and that's what we want to see in women is. And I'm not saying every girl ain't built to be super conscious, but those archetypes, Erykah Badu, just the soul in the, just be about something more than just your looks.
Right.
And if you do have the looks, if you do have that BBL, or if you don't got that BBL, but if you're beautiful to any degree, or if you're cute, or if you take care of yourself, if you couple that with what we're talking about, you will be the woman that is irresistible. And I think that's what a lot of women are missing. You're like, I'm cute, I'm this, I'm doing this, I got my own job, what am I missing? You're missing those intangibles. So that's what I say is my word. We need to look at the definition of value again. In the 2020s and beyond.
The analogy goes back to the car.
Yep.
Are you buying the vehicle, the body of the vehicle, or are you buying the actual value of the vehicle and how long it's gonna last you, the longevity, the engine, the whole thing. And that's the difference. Most people, honestly, they just want the model of the vehicle. They don't care about really how long it's gonna last, or
they ain't doing inspection on that.
No, they're not. They're not doing the Carfax of it. And they're gonna get the consequences of whatever that vehicle has when they start to invest in it.
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna let you know how reality works is you can invest even one day to that vehicle,
Yeah.
and boom, that's 18 years.
Oh man. Oh.
That's 18
That-
years.
That's why this information is so much more important.
And it takes one girl. It
One.
takes one
Just
man
one.
to takes one girl, it takes one man just to finesse your whole life.
Yeah.
And you stuck with them.
And you stuck with
And that's it.
So that's even bigger reason why that Carfax is important. Why
That's
that beauty
it.
should only be the start. Because man,
That's it. It just takes one moment for anything to slip up. And
you're signing an 18-year contract with a car that has 200,000 miles on it, and the engine's busted, and it's missing parts, and that's what you freaking got stuck with for
brakes,
18 years.
rotors messed up,
18 years.
engine light on,
18 years.
but it looked good from the outside.
But on the 18th birthday, he found out it wasn't his, man.
Right, fresh wash,
What?
tinted windows.
What?
It looked good.
It looks great. It's
New rims, everything.
It looks cool sitting right there, but
but
you can't
tires
drive
are
it.
old, engine lights on again, and everything's off. So
Exactly.
it's like that's how some of these girls look like.
Yeah.
And you gotta be aware of that. And some of these guys, and you know, that's just some game and some gems for all y'all listening. And
Yeah.
honestly, we got some more to kick. And we haven't even gone
We didn't
deep.
even touch
like
on-
we just literally scratching the surface.
Just scratching the surface.
Like,
yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
scratching the surface.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is mostly for men. But if you girls are listening, sure,
Oh
y'all
man,
listening.
if you're a woman listening all the way through, you are gonna be a monster.
Yes.
You ain't gonna have no problems getting no damn dude. Because this is what I want my sisters and
Yes.
my ladies out there to tap into.
Because they'll be like, all right, bet. Like, I know
Yeah.
how to treat a man. Like,
now I know what to look for now. Like, okay, cool. Like,
can I really kick it with a dude?
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Can I really vibe? Well, how do I trust them? Don't worry about it. Like, that's another story.
Right. Just
We'll give that game later.
we're gonna give these these gems in a bit.
You already know, man.
All right, y'all.